faith, you can't manifest it, right? It's literally something that comes.
But I don't know what it is. What is it? What does it mean to have faith? What does it mean?
For me, it's just the belief that there is an overarching positive plan.
Yeah,
I guess. And
you believe that?
I do. I mean, yeah,
in all the chaos.
In all the chaos, right? So it's every difficult thing that you've been through, you came through the other side of, right? That's why we're still here today.
Well, but now hold on. Had I not, you wouldn't be talking to me. So that's a little bit of a begging the question. If it's like what kills you makes you stronger. That's not true. What doesn't, sometimes you just end up disabled and on the side of the road, and then you don't talk to me.
Yeah. I hear you, and
I'm not trying to challenge your faith here.
No, but I understand that there are those challenges there, and it's legitimate. Why do bad things happen to good people if there's this overarching plan for good? But, I think at the end of the day, going back to what you said, that faith isn't something that you can manifest. It is something that is given to us by the grace of God.
So it's a religious thing.
It is, but wholeheartedly, 100%. But
have you always been religious?
More or less. I was introduced to it very young, and then I was a heathen for years, and dabbled on that side.
But if you lost your faith, would you then also, if you woke up tomorrow and you're like, oh my God, it's actually the Matrix and there is no God, would you then quit everything else?
Man, I just feel like there's got to be a purpose. So if it is the Matrix, then to me there's still God up there that created that created it, right? And I've seen it in my life. Just the more that I focus on living in tune with God's plan and what he wants for us and how he wants us to behave and think and all these things, truthfully, the better life gets. And it's not always necessarily easier, but more peaceful, I guess, is probably the best way to say it. I'm at war within myself, constantly pushing and doing better and trying to do better and making mistakes and screwing up and getting hit out in blind spots and things like that. But it's gonna get better. I know that there's a reason for it. I agree. I wish I could give it to everybody. I wish I could coach everybody how to have faith, but it's not my place to give that to anybody. It's just, I guess, hopefully maybe demonstrate what leading a faithful life, looks like.
Welcome to the show where we explore the who, what, when, how, and why of the extraordinary
kicking
people
myself on that word.
Who define our north of normal metro. I'm Conrad Fargo, and this is the Fargo Five. This is the show, man. This is how we do it. Today we've got Josh Hutchins, or as I like to call him, Hutch, because I already know too many Joshes. We got Hutch here, who's the principal at Two Men in a Truck and Two Men in a Junk Truck right here in Fargo. Hello, Hutch. Welcome.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So the first thing it's the who, what, when, how, and why. So we want to get to know you. Of course, your word of the day was a great little icebreaker there. Now I want to talk about the music choice. So you chose The General by Dispatch.
Yep.
Why that song?
Well, if you listen to it when you hear it, it's just got a good story to it. It's about a leader that, says, "Hey, I'll take care of this. You guys go do your thing. I'm going to take care of the dangerous part here." And so it's kind of it's a good story song, and it's about leading from the front and that kind of thing.
And you want to be that leader?
I hope to be.
Yeah. So you find the lyrics. So when it comes to music, you're more of a
100%. Yeah, I'm listening to the lyrics. I mean, I'm seeing the picture in my mind of what's going on in the song, which is awesome, for some, and it's, a little bit less so on others.
Yeah. And so you must listen to a lot of, do you enjoy country music then as well? Or
so there's a caveat to that, right? Yeah. There's really good country music that I love.
Yeah. Well, and what makes good music, I guess?
I think storytelling.
It is the lyrics. I'm not a lyrics guy at all.
So I don't like listening to pop country music, right? Yeah. It's I drank a beer and my girl left me and my dog died.
Well, no,
right?
I also hate it, but not because of the lyrics, but because of the
twang.
Not even just the twang. If you really, I don't know if you know how to play an instrument at all or anything. And I don't, but the drum line is
basic.
Just
yeah.
And I'm just pulling out my hair, it's just so slow.
And I think that is the almost the purpose of country music. I mean, they do they recycle chord progressions and all of these things,
and it's a slow. It's just like,
and when you're learning how to play, they're like, oh, this is kind of a bluegrass strumming. It's like, well, what the hell does that mean? And it's because it's really meant to be kind of similar, but then the story and the lyrics are what really brings out the uniqueness.
But you don't care for the story in most pop country. So, but when you do
there's
listen
not
to
much
music,
of a story in most in most pop country. It's I drank too much and cheated on my girlfriend and now whatever, and so but I like old country music, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, those kind of guys, newer artists, Tyler Childers, Red Clay Strays, stuff like that.
But it's always the lyrics because you're listening to the story and the song.
I'm hearing and I literally see the story.
That's so weird. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how different people. Because for me, it's all the music. Like the whatever. I listen to a lot of prog rock. I listen to a lot of stuff like that.
I've got buddies that do the same thing.
Complicated and interesting.
Exactly. That's what they're thriving off of is the complication in it. But I'm looking for the picture.
The lyrics of that one. Okay. Getting to know you further, let's move into your Fargo favorites.
Yeah.
So I want you to picture you're going to go out to eat tonight. Okay. It's not for celebration or anything. Just it's supper and I ain't cooking.
Do we have babysitter for the kids?
No. Okay. So you've got kids.
Yep.
Right. So that's part of the getting to know you, right?
Yeah.
So you're going home, and then you live out actually in DL.
I live in Detroit Lakes.
Fargo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, what are you going to pick up for the kids? You picking up something here and driving out there? Or are you picking up something out there?
Kind of just depends. I mean, if we'll do stuff in town once in a while, we'll have activities and things here. We really like Space Aliens.
Really?
Yeah.
Space Aliens.
Yep.
And what do you like to get at Space Aliens?
So I mean, we almost always get the pizza and the wings.
Okay, pizza and wings. And what toppings on your pizza?
We'll do pretty much all meat.
All meat. Okay.
Yep.
Are you? And so, I mean, if you bring up pizza, now I got to ask. You team pineapple or no? Like I know that it's almost a divide there.
Yeah.
We get into the controversial stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to push the line like this.
First, we'll talk about your God.
I don't know. Yeah,
pineapple.
No
then we'll
see how divisive we can be.
Pineapple pizza. Yeah. Later, we'll be asking about your political opinions.
Yeah. So I feel like once pineapple's added, it's no longer pizza, but I do enjoy it.
Really? Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I always want pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely team pineapple. But okay.
It's more of a dessert at that point for me.
Okay. Sweet. I mean, come on. Sweet and like sweet and sweet and spicy. Like
I don't want anything sweet in my savory.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep them
savory.
separate. No
cherry
reduction sauce on my steak.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
So like Asian food is almost all of that, which is my favorite thing about Asian food.
I like orange chicken.
See? So orange chicken okay, but pineapple pepperoni bad? Like
is pineapple technically a citrus?
Yeah, it's related to the fruit. It's related to the orange. I
feel like lime and lemon can go in a lot of things.
Okay.
And complement.
Yeah.
Pineapple's just not quite. It's not tart enough.
I'm so hungry right now. I'm so hungry.
Over lunch.
They've got. Have you had Red Savoy yet?
No.
Oh, they're really good. I tried the Angry Hawaiian, and there was some guy, I don't know what his accent is, something down south. He said, that's from Hale. I remember how he said Hale. He said, that's from Hale. And I was like, okay then. And it's because it's got pepperoni, pineapple, and then it's got like this Italian salsa spicy jalapeno thing called Gardia or something. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But it was from Hale. it was very spicy and lots of extra cheese. It was very good. So I strongly recommend that. Okay, so you're a business owner. I mean, I met you networking, right? Yep. I mean, we like many people who walk in this room, networking is a big part of our lives. We meet people, do face-to-face, grab a beverage. If you're going to grab someone for a beverage, what's your favorite location?
I really like Junkyard.
Junkyard, okay.
I prefer the Moorhead one because it's on the way home for me.
Yeah.
But both
is
spaces.
Is there two Junkyards?
Yeah, there's
I don't know.
Junkyard in West Fargo.
Is there?
Just a beautiful space there as well.
Yeah.
Yep, beers are good.
Do they have their own? They're a brewery, right?
Yeah. Yep, it's a brewery, and so that's really
That's
cool.
where we went out, right?
Yep.
In Moorhead, they have the seltzers.
Yep.
I'm not a... I don't.
Not the beer guy.
I want to drink. No, I don't. I'm not the THC guy.
Yeah.
I just not for me. But So Junkyard for meeting someone, not a coffee, but you're gonna take them out for a drink. Really get to know them.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We went out.
Yeah. So for coffee, I mean, try to do one of the local places.
Yeah.
Just kind of Google it.
Yeah.
Usually try to set them up around lunch. I don't like to take a coffee break or take an afternoon break. It's a little bit difficult, but everybody's got to take a lunch break. And
That's
so,
true.
Our office is right off Feichner, so we go to Sicky's quite a bit.
Okay.
Their burgers are delicious, and their avocado cob can't be beat.
I love their black and blue.
Okay, the burger.
It's because blue cheese. Blue cheese is so good. Okay, so now you are going to be eating at home.
Yep.
You're going to make a meal, home cooked meal. The food came from somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking what you're making. I'm asking where you bought your food from.
Ooh.
Yeah. Are you a local grocery store guy? Are you a Sam's Club guy? Costco guy?
Hopefully the protein is hopefully the protein came from the lake. It's fish.
Oh, yeah.
I like to cook fish.
Big fish eater.
Yeah, big fisherman, big fisher family. But man, Walmart grocery pickup is so nice.
Yeah.
And so easy.
Do they have a Walmart in DL? Or are you picking it up here?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
We're up with the times.
I don't leave Fargo.
Yeah,
I don't leave my house, really, except for to come do the show.
So the Walmart pickup is awesome for bulk. Out in DL, we like Central Market for the produce, things like that.
Okay. We already, I think, maybe touched on your answer to this. So on your day off, how do you unwind? Everybody does something. Some people, it's play. Some people, it's just rest. But what do you do to fill your cup?
Yeah, so our family likes just to get outdoors. Yeah. So depending on what season it is, we're either hunting or fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Hunting. I love duck hunting. Deer hunting is short, but I enjoy that too. I kind of miss out on a big part of American culture, like people talking about football on Mondays, coming back to work. Oh, did you see the game? Like, no, I didn't.
Because you were out hunting.
We were out hunting.
Or fishing. Because you live like on a lake, right?
No, we actually live out in the woods. So we've got 11 acres of just wooded property and then some woods behind us. So we got to drive a little bit for a lake, but if we drive 20 minutes, there's 100 lakes to choose from.
You had said outside of the show, you had mentioned, I think, that you have a boat, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like a pontoon. So when you do that, what do you do with that?
So we keep our pontoon on Cotton Lake, right over by the Fishbowl restaurant. Great bar, great food, great service, really awesome there. And there's a sandbar out on the beach that we go to. That's where we keep our pontoon. And then I've got a duck hunting boat and a fishing boat, and got to get into skinny water.
That's a whole lifestyle. I mean, it is. They call it the land of 1,000 lakes. I mean, I feel like that's the reason to live in Minnesota if there was one. And it's beautiful out there, I think, and it's a big part of the culture. A lot of people in Fargo, have lives out in lake country. You just live there full time and then drive into town. Yep. I think there's a lot of people like that.
I grew up on the Mississippi River, right?
Oh, really?
So we spent a lot of time out on the water. And so when we were looking at moving to Fargo and we saw the Red River, it just wasn't quite going to cut it. There's some degrees of magnitude difference. Yeah. So we were looking at it and the business community here is amazing. But we just wanted a little bit smaller community to actually live in.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, how's the commute, though? I mean, every day, 45 minutes? That's an hour and a half round trip.
It's exactly an hour from driveway to parking lot.
Oh, my. So 2 hours round trip.
2 hours round trip every day. So I would not recommend that for anybody.
Yeah. That's a part-time job right there.
That's a part-time job. I mean, there's a lot of time to work out there.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours a week. So that is a big time suck. And so I try to make the most out of it. And so I'll use that time for listening to podcasts, just furthering the education. I mean, I've listened to probably 100 books without going into hyperbole.
Absolutely.
Just on my drive there and back. And so just kind of make the most of it. But, we started in 19, so we're 7 years in. The drive is starting to get a little bit old.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend that to anybody starting a business.
But would you want to give up the 11 acres?
I wouldn't want to give up the house out there or the business community here. I mean, it's really the best of both worlds. And an hour isn't too bad. People do that in the cities all the time, driving 15 miles. I've got a very stress-free hour, right? I mean, it's basically one road. Yeah. So it could be worse.
Last question on the Fargo favorites is we do have so many small businesses in town here. If you've got a favorite small business you want to shout out, of course, this would be the correct segue into your own business. So
I know a realtor, Conrad Klinghammer. He's awesome.
Thank you. Well, okay, so so I try not to bring it up because then I have to say I am in fact a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties. Like I'm legally obligated to say the whole thing if it gets brought up, but that's okay. I am a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties. Well, thank you for shouting me out. That's always appreciate that. I've been busy this year.
Yep.
But that's why, real estate is crazy because it's all there is. I often say there's like 500 homes for sale in the metro, and there's 1,000 realtors. Yep. Like everybody knows somebody, and I'm antisocial by nature. So my way is to know other business owners, and that's how all the networking that I do. And so you, of course, are a business owner, which is why you're on the show. 2 Men in a Truck.
Yeah, 2 men in a truck, 2 men in a junk truck.
So the next thing now that you're all warmed up, loosey-goosey, I think you're comfortable. We're on the live radio here. I want to paint a picture of where you're at today, like your day to day. So you wake up in DL?
Yep.
Like you wake up in DL.
Yep.
What time? I mean, to drive in and be ready for your crew. Like what time does your alarm go off?
The first one goes off at 4:45.
Goodness. What time you go to bed?
Yeah, like 11.
No.
I know.
So
the math doesn't math there well.
You're just running on 4 hours of sleep every single day?
4 to 6.
That's not gonna. That's how long you've been doing like that? The whole time you've been out here?
Oh no, it kind of goes in seasons. I mean, when we slow down in the winter time, it's not quite as necessary for me to be there. First thing in the morning, that kind of thing. But through busy season, I got to be there.
Because you've got moving season.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
but right now you're waking up at 4 in the morning.
4:45.
Okay,
which is basically 5.
Okay, but still, that's really gross.
Yeah, and in full transparency, that first one needs to go off.
Yeah,
so that I hear the second one.
Your team snooze it a whole bunch.
Yeah, and the problem is I'm actually team cancel it.
Okay,
and didn't realize that I canceled it, so I've got one at 4:45, and that's just like cancel that one real fast. I got 5:01 because you need to have the separate snooze.
You share a bed with your wife? I know not everybody does. Like she puts up with that.
Yeah,
like she's up.
She's kicking me out by the third one.
Okay,
so
it's part of the strategy.
It's part of the strategy.
I would almost think you guys would sleep in separate rooms when you're playing this nonsense.
No, and she works a full-time job as well, so she's got to be up not long after I am, and
oof, you guys are grinding it out.
Got the 4 kids to get ready, so we got to get up and.
So on your hour commute, you're sitting in your truck, like it's just like a Ford F-150 or what? Like what do you drive?
I've got a Yukon Denali.
Okay,
Needed the 4-wheel drive, and I thought I'd be hauling kids around all over the place
with the multiple rows. Okay, and you are you coffee? How do you take your coffee on the way in?
No, actually I do teas. So I'm a
what kind of tea?
Herbalife.
Okay.
A couple of tea packets, lift off, some B12s.
Yeah,
all the good things.
Wow, you sold on the Herbalife,
dude. I am.
Through the networking groups or just
so
how did you get on?
We were meeting at the Daily Dose, and so I was just getting one because we were there, and I wanted to give patronage to the business that was hosting us.
And they got you hooked,
dude.
Yeah,
they are so good.
Makes a difference.
And like caffeine for me gets me pretty jittery. And obviously there is caffeine in these teas, but there's also the B12s and things like that to help offset it and give you that energy boost without it. And yeah, I just love them. I don't have the hard crash afterwards like with an energy drink, and so I pretty much have one of those basically rocking every day now. And
then, but are you getting breakfast that early? Like, what do you? No, not on the. So you're just skipping breakfast. You're driving straight in, drinking the Herbalife.
Yep. And then I'll do usually like a shake for lunch unless I have a business meeting, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm getting the picture here. So
I sit around a lot.
Yeah. I mean, do you?
I used to be an athlete. And now I'm sitting around behind the desk.
Well, and that's what I want to paint the picture of. You get to the office. And so how many people you have in your organization? Like how many?
Yeah, we've got... So
I know you got some office people even. Yeah, like you're at a good scale.
5 office staff.
5 office staff?
And about 35 movers, yep.
I knew you were at a pretty good scale. I didn't know you were at...
Yeah.
I didn't know. I've known you for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you had 35 souls just lifting stuff.
Yep.
And 5 in-house office
staff. I mean, we run 10 trucks, and it's called 2 men and a truck. But I mean, you're oftentimes not going to see...
It's more like Hutch and 10 trucks is what it really is.
Well, you see 3 or 4 guys in the trucks all the time. So yeah, dispatches can be a little bit hairy. That's why in the summer, especially when we're having all those guys showing up, it's best to have me there.
Dispatch logistics.
Yep.
The closest thing I ever ran was like we had maybe 8 people on our cleaning crew. It was 170 hours a week, so you can kind of do the math. They were all part-time. The dispatch for our like 40 sites each week was a bit much, but that's nothing. That's, so you're coming in and is it just dispatch minute 1, or when you come in, what's your...
We usually got 15 minutes to half an hour of just kind of read through my emails, see if there's any fires, anything like that to kind of put out. And then we just dispatch them. So we try to do most of our dispatch work happens the day before, right? Getting all the boards updated and people where they need to be, supplies set out, things like that.
But then in the morning, you got to see who actually showed up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'll bet you I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like that would be...
That's the most challenging part of scaling a service business is getting the people there.
That do the
getting
service.
Your frontline staff there every single day. And that is by far the biggest challenge.
At your scale, I mean, it almost doesn't make sense because you're trying to fill 35. What is your... If you've got 35 people, do you have any idea how many hours you're actually running of labor in a week? Like, that's how I like to scale it out, because 35 times 40 makes it sound like you got 1,200 hours a week, but probably how many of them are part-time, and then how many of them, like, what do you have a sense of how many just don't even show up? Because I'm sure it's a huge percentage.
It's not too bad, because we're pretty strict with it.
Okay.
The guys have it's a high liability job.
Okay.
Right, we're moving people's items, and not everyone's the same. Obviously, there's some that aren't as high liability maybe as others, but because it's so high liability, the same people that can work at McDonald's and miss work sometimes and show up sometimes and miss work, like, they're not necessarily going to work out with our team because they're not going to be responsible with an item, and then we've got a big damage on our hands.
How do you filter for that?
Yeah, hire fast and fire fast.
Hire fast and fire fast. I don't think. See, I'm too soft-handed. You talk how you like to go hunting. I can't hunt either. Yeah. I don't like killing. Like, I killed one deer and I don't want to do that anymore. Like,
and that's a lot of that falls on the operations manager. So we got the office staff. We got 2 people.
So you don't have to be the one.
I still do.
Time to time.
From time to time, and I still have to be kind of the person teaching the operations manager when to do that, right? And it was a lot easier for me as an operations manager. Like, it was like I had standards to uphold, and I didn't feel any responsibility, I guess, for the workers themselves. But now as the owner, that changed a lot. Feeling, I guess, that we're responsible for them providing for their families, and at the same time, there's lots of jobs out there, and so we don't need to be beholden to that necessarily.
Well, 35 people, and I'm just trying to picture. So I did at one time work in a 60-man online resale company. So I know what it's like to walk into a building with like that many people, and it's a whole other level when you're up there like that. I mean, you're just spending as the owner. So you're the owner
and the general manager. But this is so you're the owner operator. But this is also a franchise, right?
Yep. So how much? I guess. So tell me more about your day. So you get in there, you put out any fires. The owner, everything stops with you. So you got to be like, is anything absolutely on fire? Total triage, and then dispatch.
Yep.
And that is also a nightmare, probably for hours. Like, that's the first half of your day, or when?
No.
When do you get to actually do your job as owner? Because executive is a big job.
We usually dispatch at 8, and so by about 8:30, I'm usually on to my stuff.
And what's your stuff like day to day as an owner, as an executive?
Looking through reports and identifying weaknesses and developing strategies to...
So you have like high level dashboards and all that stuff that get handed up to you. Does that formatting and everything come through the franchise?
That is one of the best things about being in the franchise system is, one, we get that data in pretty standardized dashboards, but that data is also standardized across the whole system. So we've got that benchmarking. We can pull up Sioux Falls is like a similar market, so we can pull up their numbers, pull up our numbers,
so you can
kind of see what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty granular, so it gets down even into what we're spending on direct labor. Right, we can see kind of that from all the different companies and see where we're doing well, see where we're not doing as well, and 2 Men in a Truck is an awesome system, a bunch of great franchisees, and so when I'm struggling in an area, I can pull up these dashboards, see who's doing well. And then there's a really good chance that I know at least one of the people that is doing outstanding. And so it's been great.
Because you can like reach out to them.
Yeah.
And say, hey, look,
I mean, if
I've
I know
got this problem, you're succeeding. Can you tell me why?
And I haven't come across a single person that was like, I don't share that. If anything, I had an operations manager once that was like, hey, like these guys are asking me about this system that we use, but I know we created. Is that okay to share? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. By all means, the more we can help others, the more they're going to, the more help we're going to receive at the end of the day.
So, owner, but it's a franchise, and you used to be a manager. Let's start peeling the onion back there. So, how long have you been an owner? In Fargo here?
So I became an owner in 2019.
2019. And in Fargo?
Yep. So I started as a driver down in Rochester, Minnesota in 2014.
Okay.
And I was in like a frontline only role for about 6 months as we grew that franchise from non-existent to needing that next level of management. And so I ended up just kind of staying in that second place, that second manager spot for a few years.
So how did you end up there? So this is where we really start peeling back because I want to. So if Rochester, that's not the cities. That's even further southwest, right? Like that's the very bottom corner. That's where the Mayo is,
yeah, exactly.
Right? And that's like their whole thing. I think I went there once.
And that's exactly why I was there. So I met my wife in college, and she was a nursing student in Winona State. Yeah. And they do their clinicals at Mayo.
I was going to say, the one time I was down there, it was just like people in nurses' outfits walking around everywhere.
The whole city.
Like the whole city.
I was so out of water there.
Yeah.
Like I was just a fish completely out of water in that.
But you followed your fiance.
Yeah. So she
How
did
did you meet
clinicals
her?
at Mayo, at Winona State.
And where's Winona?
It's on the Mississippi River.
Okay.
It's so like kind of straight east of Rochester.
Oh, okay. Mississippi is near. I have no sense of the geography. So you grew up in...
I grew up in Wisconsin on the Mississippi.
In Wisconsin. Oh, why was I thinking Missouri? I don't know, because we said Mississippi.
Yeah.
And I think I just put MI. Okay, so you're growing up in Wisconsin. You go to high school, and then you go to college.
Went to school at Winona State. It was about 90 miles north for me.
Which is where you met your wife.
My wife.
What were you going to school for?
Well, I went for English major. I was going to be an English teacher. Was my first major. And then I switched. Yeah, I could read really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, I enjoy talking about this. I enjoy talking about these ideas. I would have never survived as a teacher.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
As a business owner, I get to do things within the line. Within framework of the way that I want to do that.
Yes.
Within that framework.
Yes.
And being a teacher is just not the same way.
Well, the institution, right?
Yeah.
Like I love to teach too, but I could never deal with the politics.
I teach constantly. I love teaching.
Yeah.
I could not work in a school.
Yes.
And
100%
teach there. And then I switched to business administration for about a semester.
Oh.
And then I ended up dropping out.
You never graduated?
I did not graduate.
But
no.
you met the girl.
I met the girl. Thank God. Last semester that I was there,
and you were in love with her.
Yeah.
And she was, and so you followed her.
Well, so we kind of did long distance for a couple of years. I met her sophomore year. I dropped out. Said probably never going to see
she's
again.
Just in another state.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it was. Like, we'd be hanging out with friends. Like, hey, I got to go call and talk to my girlfriend for a little while.
And you figured you were going to break up.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like.
You've never put it that way?
I put it that way.
That's how it was with my girlfriend. My wife.
I would say that I was cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the long distance stuff is tough.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a date that she was going to graduate, and then that was kind of like, well, we'll see what we're going to do. So then she graduated, and she got a job at Mayo right away. And so I think we were just like, we should find a house together in Rochester. That's where you're going, and I don't necessarily have a career path that I'm on here back at home.
That was your idea? Was to follow? Was to get a house?
Yeah.
Like, and get married and get a house? Or just, like, buying or renting? Like, what are you...
No, we rented a place.
Yeah.
So we started with renting an apartment, and we hadn't gotten engaged at that point yet. So we moved in together. We had a couple of apartments, and then we realized, like, hey, this is not financially responsible. Mm-hmm. And this was, like, 2011. Mm-hmm. So the housing market in Rochester was great for buying, and so we bought a house together. We hadn't gotten engaged yet at that point.
And what were you doing for your work? work there? When you moved there as a college dropout,
Yeah. So what did I do
to be
first?
with your
I think it was Famous Dave's.
nurse. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're a college dropout,
Yep.
moving in with your Mayo nurse girlfriend.
yeah.
That's good for you.
It was
Right?
great for me.
That's
It was
great for you.
awesome.
And then you go into
And so
food
it was like
service.
now Josh has to find his path.
Yeah, yeah. And
And
so,
so-
you move into food service.
So I moved into service because I can talk to people. I enjoy it.
Yeah. So you're like a waiter.
I was a server.
Oh, cool.
And I made decent tips, but I'm forgetful. Got ADHD.
Yeah.
And so I'd forget something, and I'm a hard worker. So I'd forget something, and so I'd sprint across the restaurant to go grab it. And then I'd sprint back. Well, so by the end of the shift, I'm dripping sweat because I've been sprinting everywhere, back and forth. Hardest working guy in there.
Yeah.
Which is like, you kind of want that in a server to be hardworking, but you don't want them sweating.
It'd be
on their
nice if you
food.
didn't need to be sweating in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. So that one wasn't a great fit. And then I started delivering furniture. It was just a driving job. Got to drive, be strong, interact with customers. So it was, kind of that
But
next
not for
path.
2 men in a truck.
No, this was for a furniture store there.
Yeah.
And those guys were great. It was the Furniture Superstore. They're still in business. And they were awesome to me. They taught me a lot. I'm always asking for a raise. I'm young, and they they opened up their books and they're like, Josh, this is why there isn't the value to add to this position. Like, it's not a you thing.
Yeah.
It's a business thing.
Yeah.
And so,
You're the best mover I ever had, but I can only pay a mover so much.
Exactly. It's still frontline,
And your wife is still, or she's graduated.
Yeah, so she was a nurse at
Mayo.
Mayo. And I mean, so we were
doing very
comfortable
well.
for being young.
You guys married at this time?
We are still not married at that point.
So you're, okay. It sounds like girlfriend is pretty great, pretty good.
Oh yeah, she's
pretty good. Pretty good fit. Pretty nice girlfriend. Giving.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest regret in our relationship is that we didn't get married a lot sooner.
Sure.
Right? It was like, yeah, but no, she's
hanging on.
She's kept
paying
hanging
all
on.
the bills.
Yep, and as long as I was being responsible and I was coming home tired every day, like that's what was important. And I think if you find that in a woman, man, you're lucky, right? And so I'm lucky, for that. And but then 2 Men in a Truck started. It actually started with a guy that I had worked with delivering furniture.
Okay.
His stepdad opened the franchise in Rochester.
So his
stepdad opens it.
How does his stepdad know? So his stepdad was just a furniture mover at the furniture store?
No, so his stepdad was a veterinarian, had nothing to do with it. This is completely separate.
Okay.
So I met my buddy Chris at this furniture store.
But the stepdad veterinarian is coincidentally
looking to open a business.
Why? Why would a vet want to open a franchise?
I think he had several other investments outside of his veterinary practice.
Okay.
I think it was just he enjoys entrepreneurship, enjoys business.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he met with the 2 Men in a Truck franchisor people, he was just kind of sold that it was a very supportive franchise system.
Do you know? I didn't realize this is like a thing. There's brokers for franchises.
Yeah.
Where previous guest of the show, John Burton, who does Heroes Lawn Care here in town. He told me all about the process of shopping around. That's what he was doing, and he just settled on.
I don't know if that's exactly what he was doing, because the guy that I ended up working with, he had worked at a 2 Men in a Truck in Colorado Springs or something. So I don't know if he was just casting a wide net, or if he was looking specifically at 2 Men. I'm not sure, but
he started that up. And the old contact, you guys had stayed in he reached out to you and was just like, hey.
We were still working together. He's like, hey, dude, I got this. My stepdad's buying this business, and I'm going to be the general manager. And Hutchie, I want you to come work for me. Okay, I'll come work for you.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'll be a manager, and that'll be great. I can support my family someday, and this will be awesome.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he was dealing with some demons. He was an alcoholic, and about 3 months into Rochester, he fell off the wagon. So then it was me doing everything I could to just kind of keep the wheels on and
he's
do what I could.
He's lucky he had you at the helm.
Yeah. And so, the owner came to me and he's like, dude, we're either going to shut this down.
The vet owner.
Yeah.
The stepdad.
He's like, I either need to shut this down unless you think you can run this. And I was like,
wow,
I'll do my
well,
best.
that's complicated. So, because that was stepdad.
Yeah.
To the principal of that chapter. Was he like, I'm going to kick out my son. You're my son now.
Well,
was it like?
It was actually like we got to send this. We got to send him to treatment. Can you keep this going for 3 months?
Yeah.
I said, I think that I can do that.
Wow.
So he ended up coming back from treatment. He hired another general manager, who's now my business partner, Mike. And that's
how you and Mike.
That's how Mike and I got connected. Yep. And so Mike and I worked together then for a couple of years, and he's like, Josh, I want to send you to Topeka, Kansas or Fargo, North Dakota to be a partner. And I was not going to Kansas.
Okay.
It wasn't happening.
So I want to know more about this relationship with Mike.
Yeah.
So Mike gets hired by the veterinarian.
Yep.
The veterinarian brings him in. So even though you had the seniority, Mike came in as your boss?
Yeah. Yep.
And what was that? What was Mike's background, and what was it like meeting him? Like, were you comfortable with? I mean, I would almost be like, "Hey, I've been here. Why didn't they make you the boss?"
Well, I knew I wasn't ready for it yet.
Okay, you turned it. He offered it. You didn't ask, or it was just apparent. Like
it was just so far above my head at that point that
sure. Wow.
It was never asked. When they brought Mike in, the other guy was still working there for us. They bumped him down to operations manager, and so. That operations manager was saying, Hutchie, we control all the guys. We're Caesar in Rome, and we control the guys. We're the generals. And I was like, man, I don't quite see it the same way. Like Mike knows what he's doing. He is a very good human being. Like he's wanting these things for the right reasons. And so I kind of early on was like, nope, my loyalty is with Mike. He's here. And
well, I think that's a consistent theme in the show. Because I have a lot of principles on, and I think and that's almost something I want to do with the story of the show is make clear, like, overall, like if you listen episode after episode, I think everybody from the outside goes, the people who do the real tough work are the real workers, and the owner, they're just collecting money, and it's so much, it's so easy, and they don't really do anything, and it just gets handed to them, and it's not the case. And you were able, even when you were in the middle, you were able to see how Mike was taking on.
This guy is way more qualified for that.
Yeah.
And again, like...
I think that's unique that you saw that.
I didn't know that I needed to be an owner, right? Like, I guess my bar has continually just kept being raised as what my expectations are for, the businesses and my life.
And so Mike is running the place, and he
in Rochester.
In Rochester.
Yep.
And Mike wants to open another location, or who's opening the location?
Yeah. So Mike was
because the vet is still involved in and he's still running. So who's running Rochester now? Still Mike?
Now?
Yeah.
So now Mike is the sole owner of Rochester. He's bought out the
he bought out the vet.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Like he really does have his. Yep. And that is Mike, the guy with whom we met previously. Okay. Yep. Now I'm seeing it. Okay. Yeah. And I have what I call live brain, where I forget who everybody is and what everybody's name is. So I don't, because we're on live radio, people. Okay. And so he's moving up. Mike, gosh, I'd almost love to have Mike come on and tell his side of it, like what it's like. So because he got plucked out of nowhere to come run it, or how did he get chosen?
He managed a dairy farm.
Yeah.
And he'd gone to school for like agriculture stuff, things like that. But, he managed a big crew of guys. And,
on the dairy farm.
Frontline laborers type deal. And so.
And the vet was just like, you're going to come run this?
I know and I trust Mike. And how did you got to meet him? I mean, he's just like, he's just got good guy.
Seems like a solid guy.
Just written across his forehead. He's an awesome human being.
Yep.
And,
got that principal energy.
Yeah. He's just good. And so it was 2018. I went to a conference for 2 Men and a Truck called Profit Navigator, just teaching managers more about how the books work, profit and loss, balance sheet, stuff like that. Because I didn't graduate college, so I didn't learn that stuff. And he got a call from one of the people at home office. Just like, man, Josh is great. Like, I always make a point to sit in the front because otherwise I can't pay attention.
Yeah.
When you sit in the front, then you got to raise your hand. And so I was just super involved the whole time. And he called Mike and said, man, this guy's awesome. And it was like 2 or 3 weeks later that Mike's like, hey, I got financial backing. I want you to go. Like, I think you're ready.
Mike saw the opportunity. So he bought out Rochester, and he planted you.
Yep, planted me up here
in Fargo. And did he make you an owner right away?
No, the plan was for it to basically accumulate every year on a yearly basis.
So you were
equity performance based, right?
Yeah.
But it's true ownership. It's not Go shares, something like that. But that first year,
I don't know what Go shares are.
They ended up basically like gifting, that first percentage early.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool.
Just because we kind of got off.
Are you currently? What percentage do you own?
Right now, I'm at 25%.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Mike has the other 75.
We've got another partner as well. So there's 25, 50.
Okay,
yep.
And so he basically just said. And did you do a bunch of research when you chose, or you just like, I ain't going to Kansas? Like, where did that come from? Like, what was the?
I grew up in a trailer. like in a mobile home.
Yeah.
And you remember the movie Twister from like 1993, 1994?
I remember of it. There's a cow in the sky. That's about it.
Well, I saw that when I was like 5 or 6 living in a trailer, and I'm just terrified of tornadoes. So like I was just not going to Kansas and living in Tornado Alley.
Okay.
And I was like, North Dakota culture is probably pretty similar to Wisconsin culture from where I'm from. And I was like, we came and visited. Everybody was wearing green and yellow. So I was like, well, it makes
for the Bison.
I know, but I was like, there's no professional football team. They must all just be Packers. They love them. That wasn't the case, but that's all right.
Yeah, in fact, there's a bit of rivalry between Vikings fan and Green Bay fans. But it's so funny. I went to Chicago, fell in love with. I'd never lived in Illinois. We have many times fantasized about living in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What is like, and where does Milwaukee isn't anywhere near Rochester? But I mean, are you familiar with like the suburbs of Milwaukee?
Yeah, I mean,
just tell me.
The far east side.
Okay, I mean, so is it different on the far east side than on the?
Yeah, I mean, the east side is very populated of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So you got Milwaukee, but then Lake Geneva. I mean, there's just a bunch of fairly populous towns going all the way down to Chicago, right? When you get on the western side of the state, it's way more farmland.
Rural, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and so you're more the rural guy, but I mean, Rochester is quite a city.
Dude.
So it's not like you've never
Well,
lived
it's a small
in a city.
But it's like a super professional city.
Okay.
So everybody there, I mean, IBM was still going back then, and so everybody there was either a doctor, a nurse, or an IBM computer person. And so I was like,
very hoity-toity.
Who do I talk about fishing and hunting with? I was like, I don't have anybody.
Yeah. And so then when you came out to Fargo, so what was it like? What was it like? Because I'm very interested. Like, because I've only lived in 2 places, Fargo and Tokyo, and I don't know. Like, I don't have a perspective from the outside looking in. Like, what's it like moving from rural Wisconsin to Fargo, North Dakota? Because we're kind of a city here, aren't we? Or what?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how did it feel? Did you move straight to Fargo, or you?
We did. We moved to Moorhead first, is where we stayed for about 6 months. I feel like it's a really, really, really big small town. Like it's got the feel of the small town. There's just way more people.
Yeah. Well, you know why that is, right? It's our dirt. Because we're a lake bed.
Oh.
Because of Lake Agassiz, you can't build any more than 3 stories tall without a leaning tower piece of style. That's why when they built the giant thing in the downtown here, like the first skyscraper for the last 50 years, they had to spend like 2 years just digging down and pouring concrete to get footings. Yeah, and so we're really big, but small town, and it's because it's the density.
I guess probably because
there's no density. Yeah,
they can't make it more dense by going up.
Exactly,
and so it just kind of retains that small
that
feel.
Small feel.
Moving to Rochester for me was terrible culture shock.
Yeah.
I went from Little Prairie du Chien, 6,000 people, only Walmart for an hour, to Winona State, which is just college. Nobody knows what they're doing anyways.
Yeah.
And then moved to Rochester, and I was like, well, I don't belong here.
Yeah, it felt really awkward. Yeah. And then when you moved to Fargo.
Well, then Fargo, I was like, hey, these are my people.
Felt like home.
Yeah.
Felt like home. And so then you established, what's it like establishing like just a brand new business out of nowhere? Like that had to be, and what year was that? That you
2019.
Really, and so you opened up the doors. Did live brain? Did Mark? Okay.
Yep.
The other principal. Did they like provide you with a location and like is everything set up through the franchise? So like you're jumping off totally professional, or it was? And how big of a crew did you even start with? Like what's the very beginnings? And we've only got like 6 minutes left in the show.
Yeah. So. To start off with, the franchise system will give us a lot of preferred vendors. Not necessarily required to use most of them, but hey, here's ideas for who we've used.
What's a vendor to a moving company? Like what is?
Payroll, so Paycor, accounting, Xero, like all these different.
Oh, for you to run the business.
Yeah.
Not for you to receive business.
No.
I mean, it's great the franchise gives you ways to run the business, but like I'm trying, I guess.
They did help us with like setting up our Google profile. Because, I mean, anything that you can set up on your own, they have subject matter experts to help us through that.
Sure.
So it wasn't too big of a deal getting the actual business established. But, I mean, we hired and lost probably 6 guys before we did our first job.
Your first job. Because I really do like, and we've only got 5 minutes, but I want to zero in on the very first days. Like, because you were hired and then you were running the thing in Rochester, and you weren't the operations manager in the beginning. Right. So, like, all that stuff was handled for you. But they're just sending you to Fargo, North Dakota to say, get a place. And then, like, what is day one even, like, what does that feel like? Like, it's got to feel.
So, it's like marketing and recruiting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sheer terror.
Yeah.
I convinced my wife to move up here.
Because how do you know you're going to be able to make a single sale?
We didn't.
Like, that's always...
We didn't.
Yeah.
We had no idea.
So you're all in on this town.
We knew
and
that.
Hoping, like, what are you doing to market and recruit? Because I think people think marketing too. Like, you're just sitting and buying Google AdWords.
Yeah.
Or what are you doing?
Well, I spent a lot of money on Google AdWords.
Yeah.
That was the first
really?
one. But
maybe
then
in 2018. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Then it's a lot of networking. I mean, just getting out there and meeting with other people and meeting with other businesses.
Yeah.
The one-off meeting a customer is great. But it's just one customer for that amount of time. Whereas if you meet business owners, people that are interacting in that sphere.
They know a lot of people.
Yeah,
exactly. And so did somebody send you to like a BNI, or how did you know to do the networking? Like, how did you know? Like, who told you? Because I really want to picture. So you're moved into the apartment, and they say, tomorrow is day one for 2 men in a truck, Fargo. Like, what does that mean? That means you're walking to an office space that's empty with nothing going on.
Create a reputation from work that's not getting done.
Right? and so, like, what is it? What do you, just Googling networking in Fargo? Or, like, literally, who told you?
We were familiar with BNI from Rochester.
Okay.
And so we had our marketer do it, and she really... improved in her ability to speak to professionals. I was like, well, I can get better at that, and to meet people that I'm not paying would be a good thing as well. Like, maybe I'll just be friends with these people. Who knows if I'm going to get referrals or things like that back. But it was just kind of off the get-go. We knew that we needed to be in front of people. And I didn't know anybody, so I just needed to meet human beings.
Like, because you're saying to yourself, I'm going to spend 9 to 5 working for this business.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Are you doing it from the comfort of the office? Are you doing it from home? Are you literally walking? Like, I really want to, so what were the actual first things that you did?
Oh,
Who did
I
you
would
talk to? Do you
sit in my
remember?
office and recruit and set up meetings with realtors.
Realtors?
Yep.
Okay.
Realtors
and so, like,
apartment
you would
complexes.
just pick up the phone and just, like, you would just cold calling from your office and just being, like, how would you invite me to like, I'm a realtor. How would you, how many realtors did you get to know over that time?
I mean...
I've never had a moving truck actually reach out to me directly.
Yeah. I mean, I probably called 100, 150 out of the 1,000,
Yeah.
But back then, I didn't really understand the importance of the quality relationships more than just the quantity.
Yeah. You were turning and burning them.
Exactly. Yeah. And so... and I also didn't realize like how many cold calls you had to make before you'd actually get somebody to take you up on a lunch. It's like, man, if somebody's offering to buy me lunch, I'm going to sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it like getting that first customer? Like, do you remember the first call where someone was like, "Can you move something for me?" Like,
yeah, we were all sprinting to get the phone and get it picked up. The first one was, relatively small, but we still sent the whole crew to make sure that we were getting the training opportunity in, and then begging that you get the Google review and all the things there.
And that was 6 years ago.
Yep.
And from here to there, you've just built it man by man, because you started with just a 6-person crew.
Yeah.
And you just building up. When did they give you the ownership stake?
About 6 months in.
Yeah. And you've just been slowly building it until today,
we got
where
10 trucks, we're running 35 guys. And
that's where has faith been in all of that? How has that played a role?
Like I said, I think it's just what allows me to get out of bed every morning with a positive attitude.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing when it comes to leading people, is to, not let them see you sweat.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just having that faith that if I do the right thing, it's going to turn around or really excel and shoot forward.
All right. Well, that's the show. We're at time. We're going to get out of here. Was there anything else you wanted to mention, or the last thing we do here is plugs? So if people want to, I'm sure you could use workers, or work. Either way, I know at your end of the spectrum, you're looking for both all the time. How should they reach out to you?
Looking for both. If anybody needs a move or junk removal service done, we're there for you. We got the best trained crew in the area. And then if you know somebody looking for a job, looking for guys that are 21 and over with a clean driving record to drive the trucks, and then we can do 18 and up for movers. We do require a driver's license just for reliability.
And so how should they find you? Like, what's the best way to find you?
So, twomen.com, if you're looking for a move.
Is there a dash or anything like that? Just
nope, just twomen.com if you're looking for a move.
That's the national website.
Yep, and then just type in the zip code, and it'll take you right to where you need to be.
Slick.
And then careers.twomen.com for applications.
Very good. Of course, I'm Conrad Fargo. You can find me anywhere you type in Conrad in Fargo. I show up if you just do it. If you go to, there's this one, Hutch, maybe you've heard of it, Amazon.com.
Oh, yeah.
If you type in Conrad and Fargo, I'm there. You can listen to the podcast there. You can watch it on YouTube. You can share, like, and subscribe. I live for subscribers. So please, and also I'm supposed to ask for rate. We don't have enough ratings. Like for all the listeners we have, I think only like 5 people have ever rated us.
Click,
subscribe and rate. Give me the 5 stars. Give me those 5 stars and share me around. Share these stories. So Hutch, so much. I'm glad that we were able to do this. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you everybody for listening. We are going to go ahead and listen to The General by Dispatch, and we will see you all next week. Goodbye.